Hey Aquarius, how are you? My name is Danielle. Welcome to Moonlight Intuition. This is going to be a general reading for all you glorious water bearers out there. And if there are messages that resonate with you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you want to. I'll always reply. And it helps my channel grow, so thank you. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, all the info for that is in the description box below. So let's see what we got. I've been a bit slack on this channel, but also, fuck it. Like, I just went through so many life changes and am literally like physical changes. Like I moved, but also like on a deep cellular level. I'm like, oh yeah, just the constant metamorphosis. Okay, I love this. Okay, but here I am. You just get back on the horse. Right, Aquarius? Okay, so I love this for you. You actually got a card that this particular tarot deck that I use, the artist included two kind of wild cards that's not in the traditional tarot, and you got one of them. You got this reversed. I'll put it upright. I mean, bow chicka bow wow, but it's reversed. Ooh, spicy. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Knight and the Nine. Okay, I mean, Aquarius, we just had this full moon in Scorpio. And for me, it's like, to be honest, like that day, I was like, oh, it's the full moon. Like, I'm not always like, you know, hyper aware of literally everything. But it's like, I have to say that day was like, whoa, like shit went down kind of. Possibly shit went down for you too. Now the axis of Scorpio and Taurus, so each zodiac sign has like an opposing sign. And for Scorpio, it is Taurus. So we're in Taurus season right now. Thank goodness. This also is big Taurus energy. So kind of every time we're in a zodiac season, the full moon of that season is in that sign's opposing sign. So we're in Taurus. And thus the full moon was in its opposing sign of Scorpio. Whew. There's a lot of shadow work that happens on that axis. I'm going to make a bigger video about this because it's just like so next level. But basically it's like as you go through, basically like the full zodiac wheel is like our full life, right? We're born into Aries energy, the first house. We move through Taurus, which is like, oh, I have possessions and I have a body. And that's kind of where shadow, the shadow starts being built up. Then we move into Gemini, which is like, oh, communication, other people, like, and so forth. And so as we move through this whole zodiac wheel through life, it's very beautiful and poetic and quite profound how there's basically a lesson on each axis, okay? And they're each opposing. So Taurus is the second house. You know, it's all about, yeah, like earthly things, our possessions, money, blah, 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 body, whatever. And then its opposing sign is Scorpio, which is the 8th house, which is a water sign. Both are fixed signs. And Scorpio in the 8th house is like death, rebirth, transformation. And as we move through the zodiac wheel in life, when we kind of reach that 8th house, it's a very big turning point where a lot of people can get stuck in life, okay? And I watched this really great video the other day. It's like Sister Shanti, she's on Instagram. So I don't want to take credit for this because it's the first time I heard this. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah, makes a lot of sense to me. Kind of as we move through our lives and we arrive at that 8th house, basically when we arrive at Scorpio. So basically like the axis that we were just at and kind of are still in because we're in that shadow of what just happened. The full moon in Scorpio in Taurus season. It's kind of like being at the edge of the world. It's kind of like being on the edge of a cliff. Because when we arrive at like Scorpio Taurus is like, and again, Sister Shanti described it this way. She was like, Taurus is like a closed fist. It's like their shadow is kind of like the things that I need, these material things, this relationship, this to be safe and to be okay. And Scorpio is like daring to basically free fall off the cliff and be like, no, I don't. Right? So it's like all these things in life For some of you, again, this is a general reading, so take this if it resonates only. But for some of you, it might be kind of be like relationships, a relationship, whether it's romantic, might be friendships. But for some, this is very romantic relationships. For some of you, you might be at a point, or maybe it already happened, that you are kind of seeing that you're maybe hanging on to a relationship that is past due, or that is not healthy for you, or da-da-da-da-da. Know what I mean? And you know what? There's something, and trust me, I can relate. And there's something about this as well that, because Aquarius, you're the water bearer, you're an air sign, you see things from above. And I really love what I'm about to say. I love it. I love what I'm about to say. It's not really, like, let's say it's like, okay, there's a relationship that you know is not healthy as it is, okay? And you know it. But the kind of, that closed fist of Taurus is like, well, no, but I need this person in my life. You're the 11th house, okay, of like friends, hope, wishes. It's almost like when we're at you in our lifespan, it's like, it's kind of like we're almost at the end of our life. It's like so many lessons have been learned. And Aquarius, your true nature is to see, not be up here in your head, but to be up here and see the bigger picture of things. And I really love this, that it's like, you know, Aquarius, you're ruled by the water bearer. So Aquarius can sometimes be confused for a water sign, even though you're an air sign. But what I love is like, consider that maybe the water bearer is like seeing things from above, and the emotions that come from those realizations, from seeing the bigger picture, from, you know, not seeing your problems as like, these like fixed, uncontrollable things that are like, so well, you can kind of see the interconnectedness of everything. And let's say some of you are dealing with some kind of relationship, you can even see the innocence in the other person, and you can see the innocence in yourself. So it's like, that's kind of like your highest nature. It's like the water bearer is kind of tears, being like, I get it. I get it. So there's something I feel like, I don't know why, it's like, I feel like I want to say that like, if some of you are dealing with some kind of relationship, again, it might not be romantic, but for some of you it might, or it is. It doesn't necessarily mean, and this takes a lot of fucking maturity and growth. It's not to be like, well, fuck you, like, I don't need you, look at me, I'm great. It's like, we all do that. That's not a judgment, like we all do. It's like, it's more to be like, to set healthy boundaries and to be like, I love you, I care about you, but I can see the bigger picture of where you're at, and I can't force that process with you. I can't force you to be where I would like you to be. The best thing you can do, and this kind of being reversed, I feel like it's like, you know, it might be that maybe you've invested a lot of energy into someone else, right? Trying to control things instead of seeing the bigger picture. That it's like you're on your own drop pin in your life, and this other person is as well. And it's, again, seeing the bigger picture, to be like, okay, whatever this person's doing, it is not personal to me. They're not doing anything to me. They're merely expressing their soul, where they're currently at in this human experience, and they're just unaware of certain things that I cannot make them be aware of. That people have to become aware or not of things on their own. And there is a, like, isn't there kind of like a beauty to that, and like an emotional, it's emotional to accept that. But I do think it's like, this is kind of like your own